What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mickey Truth, aka the Queen of Paperwork, and I am back with another live. And yes, it's last minute, but nevertheless, we're gonna get to it, okay? Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to pull up on your girl, Mickey Truth. Yo, hookah, what it do?
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Hookah Anonymous, and you are now rocking with Mickey Truth. She live up to her name, not the fame. So make sure y'all subscribe to her channel and stay updated on what's real. Bye.
Coming from where I come from, they doubted me, but I came up. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. Coming from where I come from, they doubted me, but I came up. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world.
Good reporting ass Mickey.
We love you, Mickey.
Hey, what it do? Divine, what it do? Everybody, make sure y'all share the live. Y'all know, like I told y'all on the weekends, I do events, I do bookings, classes and stuff. So this week, what it do, Chris? I am booked up today. I'm sitting here with my bonnet on, with some curls in, all types of stuff. Okay. However, this morning when I was doing my I guess you would call weekly meeting with my team, and we was going over some of the cases. It had me, Davion, what's up? It had me look into if any updates came from the OBlock Rico, which is one of the cases on our docket, if you want to speak. You know what I'm saying, Chris? So I looked it up and I saw some new paperwork. So I'm like, damn, I ain't got time to make no video, but I got time to pull up on the live real quick. So again, I will break this down depending on how long it is. If it's not too long, I'll leave it alone. But if not, y'all already know I'll break it down later. However, we got to get to it because a lot of things, okay? Me, Moat, goddess. I'm not sure how you pronounce what it do. But we got to get to it, okay? But before we start, as always, all information contained in this live is for entertainment and educational purposes only. All information used in this live is per the Fair Use Act. And any conclusion that is drawn, any is on you, not me, okay? So, y'all, the T, what it do, Chef? The T is 10 over here. But I want to point out something. If you have been with me since the Takeoff murder case, okay? It was another channel who people wasn't feeling what I had to say on Clubhouse, and it's a video about it. But anyway, and I said, hey, we got to be careful what you put out here, because you never know who may see it or, you know what I'm saying, run with it. And it's crazy, because when I saw this document on the OBlock case, I definitely remember when I said it, and everybody just thought this girl who over there by the name of Mickey Truth didn't know what she was talking about. But exactly what I said is, guess what? Now a motion filed by the government. And what does it play in the role of this case is the question. So give me a second. Hold on, I'm logging in before we get into the actual document. You know, I like to show y'all like we doing the most up-to-date stuff. Hold up. All right, we here. All right, as y'all can see, I logged on. Okay. We did all those. All right, so what we're about to go over is, because we already did we do this one? No, damn, that wasn't there just a minute ago. Because y'all see how it's purple and then all the blues? That wasn't there just a second ago. So hold on, let me buy these real quick. See? That's why I'm glad I did check. So hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Let me get them. Because, every time I show my thing, I be having to change my stuff. So I'm just trying to avoid showing my thing because I don't need nobody trying to run me up no bill, okay? So, hold on. That's why I had to turn it off. Because I don't feel like changing my thing again. Bronze, what's up? I literally just was on this morning. Unless I just was tripping. I don't know. But I swear I ain't seen none of this. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. Okay, 17 pages for that one. All right, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. And again, you know, for the ones that's watching from the bushes, hey, I just utilize Pacer. I don't mind spending the money to get what I need. And maybe some free sites from what I'm hearing, but I don't use those. I stick to the document source at hand, which is Pacer. So hold on. All right, let me make sure. Is that all of them? Yeah, I got that one. All right, hold on. I buy one more. All right, got that one. All right. All right, hold on. Now I got to go back and open all of them. My grandbaby always whining. When. All right. Hold up. Oh, this is a... Okay, hold on. All right. I got all of them now. All right. So, and you know what? Because due to time purposes, I'm not even worrying about my stamp at this point. You know, I be trying to put my stamp on my paperwork, especially when I have to invest money into it, but it's just for time purposes. And you know, I'm trying to get this done for the truth team, so I'm gonna just be all right with that. Okay, so let me go back to this. Zaria, what's up? So as y'all can see, I ain't clicked this one because I mean it's sealed. We're not gonna be able to see it anyway. Okay. But as y'all can see, all purple mean I have them. So 253, 254, 256, 257, 258, 259, 260, 261. That's it. Okay. And it's about to storm. Ain't that crazy? All right, so yeah. I'm gonna try my best to get through this thing before I don't know what's going on. Today is just crazy. All right, 261. Hold on, is that the first one? I kind of want to go in order. No. All right, hold on. Let me back up. All right, 258. Let's start with 258. Oh my gosh. Damn it. Did the lights just blink? Okay, so y'all, I think we got a bad storm coming because my lights just blink. Okay, let me try to get to this. If for some reason my connection drops, I'm just gonna have to do a video. I don't want to, but if I have to, that's what's gonna happen. So let's start with this, okay? So the government filed a motion to impanel an anonymous jury, okay? And it basically says that the court impanel an anonymous jury for the reasons set forth below and further set forth in an accompanying under seal attachment. Okay. An anonymous jury is appropriate both because of the dangerousness of the defendant's criminal enterprise and because of the significant publicity related to the case that could expose jurors to harassment, intimidation, and harm. Okay. So Zara, why you brought it down this way? You done sent it over here to South Carolina, but yeah, it sounds like it's rumbling real bad out there. Y'all know I'm gonna kind of skip like the law side of it. All right, so based on the analysis, it says 4 of the 5 factors weigh in favorably of the anonymous juror. Okay, the factor of most concern is that the high public interest in the details of this case and the parties to it, combined with the dangerousness of the enterprise that the defendants are members of or otherwise associated with, presents a strong likelihood that the juror information will become public and subject the jurors to harm, harassment, and intimidation. Okay, so A, there has been significant publicity surrounding this case, which, I mean, that's obvious to us because, hell, we're on YouTube talking about it right now, okay? And as alleged in the indictment, the defendants murdered Carlton Weekly, a rapper who performed as FBG Duck on East Oakland Street in Chicago, shooting 2 other people in the process. Weekly was known in the Chicago area and worldwide. In fact, Weekly's music has tens of millions of views on YouTube. Weekly's death garnered significant attention from the moment it occurred. Local, national, and international media outlets reported on Weekly's murder, beginning from the day that Weekly was murdered and continued to this day. The list of publications that reported on Weekly's murder is too long to list, but a number of examples are referenced in Exhibit 1. And I'm going to do that real quick. No, it's not no YouTube people on here, but however, that's not meaning they're not on the list. So we have NBC News, BBC, Chicago Tribune, Chicago Sun-Times, Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Daily Mail, WGN, The Breakfast Club, The Source, Billboard is who they have listed, okay? And they have recently check these, pay attention to dates. So they recently visited these things. So these are still listed. Just want to let y'all know that part. All right. And I know it may sound like I'm rushing through, but I'm going to get to the most important parts that we will want to know. However, like I said, if I have to, I'll make a video later. Now, on the day of the murder, multiple CBD units were dispatched to Northwestern Hospital, the place where Weekly's body was taken, and were tasked with crowd control to ensure the safety of the numerous mourners and fans who had gathered in the area. Since then, public speculation about this case, online forums, YouTube, and elsewhere has continued. Entire online communities and internet personalities exist to discuss and dissect the Chicago drill music scene, including who did who went to jail for what, and who allegedly is snitching in this and many other criminal cases. Yes, they did use YouTube for sure, and we're going to get to that too, because they got the link. We're going to pull up the actual video they're referencing. Hopefully if the storm calm down. Where did I stop at? These forums also provide a place for users to analyze in details filings from the docket in this matter, records perpetrating to be related to this matter from other sources, and other materials related to this case. One such, Chiracology, that's that Reddit. One such online forum is Chiracology, okay? Shout out to Chiracology on Reddit. I ain't gonna lie. They definitely have shared my stuff in there. I mean, hey, they be y'all talking about some police shit. They be getting to the business, okay? But anyway, as of September 7, 2023, the forum has approximately 250,000 members, although non-members can also view the content on the forum. As of September 7, 2023, the pinned post at the very top of the forum is a PDF of government San Diego proper docket, and it gives the link to Chiracology. I mean, many of us probably already know how to get to it. 191. The government Santiago proffer was also read by a YouTuber who posted the images of each page along with audio of himself reading the document. While the Santiago proffer is a public document on the docket, the video demonstrates the strong public interest in the details of this case. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of think I know who they're referring to. Let me find out. But I mean, they don't say. Shit. Hey, y'all be talking about making truth ain't made no paperwork. Okay. Anyway, so this factor weighs in favor of anonymity. Y'all know freaking word shit of the jury. Okay. Definitely shout out to Chiracology. Okay. Now I want to point this out. I said this back in the takeoff case. Okay. Why it's so important? For one, if you're going to run it, because they can't stop you from running the content. But if you're going to do it as factual as possible, because again, this can weigh in on the case. Okay. They're basically just saying that this is the thing, and they basically said, let me read it. So the publicity surrounding this case enhances the possibility that the jurors' names would become public and expose them to intimidation and harassment and potential harm. And let me tell you, this is one of the things why I'm so careful when I personally go through paperwork about witnesses' names and all that, unless again it's already public, because of this situation here, right? Y'all know some people just put the document as is. Y'all know normally I would just clip through and just put the main pieces in my videos and stuff like that. But nevertheless, like I told you, this will be a big case for sure. Okay. Continue. Oh, here we go. So defendants, so B is defendants are involved in organized crime. Courts are particularly apt to impanel anonymous juries when the case involves organized crime and all the reasons listed above. So let's first start. So again, if you're not familiar with chirarchology, it is matter of fact, I can pull it up real quick. Hold on. Like I said, I definitely oh shit, it took me straight there. Yo. And I'm like, what the word say? It took me straight there. Damn, not the links to the links in the paperwork. Well, this is the document. This is the link that's in the paperwork. It takes you straight to chirarchology. That was weird just now. Ah, shit. All right, hold on. Now, why it messed me up like that? Okay. Boop, 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 boop. I just gotta pull it back up. So that's what it's gonna do. I think that was 258. Yeah. All right, so it's gonna do it again because it's another link and it takes us to a YouTube video. So I'm all gonna wait so I can pull it back up. Did I miss the page? Boop. Oh, here we go. All right, so this is the YouTube video that they have listed in the paperwork. I'm not familiar with who this is, but shout out to him. And it is so crazy because you would think this was like a major video. This video only has 815 views, so they are watching. But yeah, I kind of want to listen to it a little bit to see what he was saying. All right, let's listen briefly, real quick. Let's just kill through. I kind of want to get what he's saying.
Co-conspirator statements outline some of its evidence establishing the violent crimes in aid of racketeering conspiracy charged in count 3 of the superseding indictment. It sets forth some of the co-conspirator statements for which a pre-trial.
Oh, well, he might be he's the YouTuber. Look, I was about to throw somebody else on the bus, and it's him because he's reading it.
They're being hit with all of these Ricos and racketeering charges and all of that. Is crazy because we know they really is that, but they get
and that's shout out to the shadow, but see that's why Mickey ain't ending up in nobody's paperwork because I don't know shit. Okay, I don't know. I don't know who like nothing. Okay, you would not catch me on none of these freaking videos talking about what I know. I don't know shit. Okay, all I know, he related to the what star. Look, all I know is the paperwork say this. I don't know nothing. Now, hell no. He said he know. Oh, shit. I don't know none of these people, okay? I don't know what they talking about. All right, let me see. He related to the state. They just trying to get broke clout up. Listen. That's why I heard me clicked off that video. No. Like my grandbaby would say, no. All right, let's get back to the paper. That's something. Okay, nothing about nothing. I'm just reading this and that's that. Okay, we shit. But anyway, hey, this is definitely gonna be some clout for him for sure. Cause like I said, that takes you directly to the video. And that again, that just shows you don't have to have 1 million views on a video for it to come under the radar of law enforcement. Let's shit. I ain't gonna lie. Now that we know who it is, I at first I thought it was talking about Seti Nash because Seti Nash did read the paperwork. Shout out to Seti Nash. I sure was about to throw him under the bus. I'm glad I didn't say it originally before we found out who it was. I almost thought that's what it was referring to. right, let's continue on here. So, let me see. I want to talk about this. So this is more so about the indictment. I don't really want to go back over that because we have went over that numerous times. Um, So C is defendants participate in group with the capacity to harm jurors and interfere with judicial process. The government need not show that defendants have engaged in jury tampering in the past in order to justify the use of a unanimous jury. So I don't think they're talking about in regards to OBlock. I think they're citing just in general. Okay. Uh, yeah, they talking about just in general. Okay, cool. Now this is how they feel like this will like how they feel OBlock can do this, meaning interfere with their case. Okay. They said OBlock is a violent criminal organization and not every member of OBlock has been charged in this case. Only the members and associates involved in a shooting on East Oak Street on August 4th, 2020 have been charged. Other members of OBlock remain at large and as set forth in the government Santiago proffer and Rule 404B filing. Members of OBlock other than the charged defendants have committed acts of violence in the past. Further, the evidence in this case will show a brazen daytime murder of Weekly and assault on two nearby victims who were not targets of the murder in the name of furthering the goals of OBlock. Now, this is I'm just gonna say this because a couple people hit me up, okay? And this is just how I'm taking it. I'm just gonna tell y'all. When it says, I can see how this is probably about to go crazy. When it says other members of OBlock remain at large, it does not mean they're looking for them. What they're saying is they don't have every member of OBlock, okay? They have who they have for the death of FBG Duck. However, the other members are still out there, meaning at large. So, to each his own which way you go with that, but just from my legal knowledge and from my understanding, that is not meaning they're looking for anybody else on this case. So again, it says, and I'm gonna just read this again now, okay? It says here that only the members and associates involved in the shooting on East Oak Street on August 4th, 2020 has been charged. Other members of OBlock remain at large. So again, that further, if you just read it and understand it, it means they have who they want from OBlock for this case. Everybody else is still out and about, okay? And like meaning not in their custody, because again, Boss Top is in jail. But anyway, so yeah, but I'm pretty sure if I look on YouTube, everybody's probably saying they're looking for somebody else. Now, another thing I want to point out, they say here only the members and associates involved in the shooting on East Oak Street. So I will just say, in my opinion, y'all, if the person is not listed in that Santiago proffer, just let it go. Okay. Maybe it's another case. Just let it go. Okay. Because they have said they have the people that's involved in FBG Duck's murder. This is what this is about. Okay. Now, we're only talking about this indictment. I know it's gonna be people say, oh, it's gonna be another indictment. It may be. I don't know. Ain't speaking into the future. Like I said, that's police shit. I'm talking about what's already here, what we can see. And I ain't trying to end up in nobody's paperwork for my YouTube channel. I swear, okay? I ain't trying to end up there. Not on that type of shit anyway. So let's keep going. So defendants face severe punishment. Okay. Now we know that. I think the max is life. Is what they're facing. So I mean, you facing life. I mean, I don't know. At this point, I don't even want to say it. But if you're facing life, you might think of doing some things to make sure you don't face life. All right. So proposed jury precautions. Okay. Now, I'm be honest with you. Hell, they talking about the OBlock Rico. I would have thought they would have did that with the YSL Rico, to be real. I'm just saying. Let's see here. So they're saying here that the court will instruct the jury before jury selection, before the commencement of trial, and before jury deliberations that the defendants are presumed innocent. The jurors in this case presumably will not have served on other federal cases and thus will have no reason to believe that anonymous juries are unusual in federal court. So basically, you know what I'm saying? They're going to get fresh meat. Okay. I mean, basically, they want fresh meat that don't know the process like that. So they, you know, because like somebody that may be more diverse, maybe have served on the jury before, would know like, these some killers and dealers you want to do a unanimous jury, you know what I'm saying? So by doing or having people that never have served, they may not know that. Your girl know that. I ain't never served on the jury, on federal jury. I went to like state jury before, but I would have known that shit and I would have had a reason to get the hell up out of that. But nah, everybody's not gonna know. When you talking about, when they talking about hiding the jury, hell, you already know you about to. You ain't dealing with the average street corner people, I tell you that much. But anyway, we're gonna keep on going. I don't even want to focus too much on the jury part of it. Yeah, there's just really I don't know. So they're gonna be asking where they're from. And it says like if you reside in Chicago, you will say what neighborhood you're from. So, oh shit, this is something. Okay. So yeah, but that's normally what they do. But just think about it. Most of these jurors may be from the Chicago area. I'm not really sure if they ever like pick outside of that area since it's federal court. I'll have to get verification from y'all know I call my lawyer for everything. I'm gonna ask my lawyer about that. Because I don't know. Now that one I don't know. I don't know about that one. Okay, so no, that's another case. Okay. I'm skimming through it. So basically they're saying they want everything withheld. They don't even want like employers to know type of shit. Is that it? Okay. All right, so that's it for this one. So pretty much what it came down to for that document, I think I did pretty good on time with that one. Because I do want to get into the reply for Ralph Turbin's request. So pretty much they want to hide the juror information because they don't want no type of anything happening. Okay. Like, because if y'all watch like the documentary of the old mob trials and stuff, people used to come up missing in the mob trials. And that's the only reference I'm gonna reference to is the mob trials from like back in the day, why they even started with Rico. But you can kind of like figure out the rest on your own. So they're just trying to take the precaution for that. Because at the end of the day, this is a big trial for sure. Hold on, I'm pulling up the next document. What is this one? Okay, I'm gonna go to this one next. And then I'm hold on. Oh, this one next anyway. Okay. This one is a quick document. This is a government sir reply to defendants. The caller's offers motion to suppress evidence. Okay. And it says here that he moved to suppress evidence that was recovered from his apartment on the basis that the government did not first procure a search warrant. The court should deny defendant's motion as moot because at trial, the government will not seek to introduce any evidence recovered from the subject apartment in this case in chief, which is the same situation that happened before. So, dang, I can't remember their names. Well, whoever gave the statement, I can't remember if it was him or Robertson. I think it's him. But anyway, whichever defendant gave the statement and tried to get the statement thrown out, they said the same reason because, hey, we don't really need it for what we got going on anyway. So this is what's going on with the evidence. And I do believe it was Oldford. Now that I think about it, they gave the statement. But nevertheless, that was a short one. What's next? All right, I'm gonna save the Turpin one to last real quick. So they did have a minute entry, meaning they had some type of hearing that the records are not available publicly. So it just says what happened. The court has received defendant's Kenneth Robertson motion to suppress evidence, and that the government and the defendant should confer and propose a briefing no later than September 11th. So by the beginning of next week, more filings should be coming through with that. Let me see, what's this? All right, again, y'all, I'm booked up this afternoon and I'm trying to just get through it. I do apologize if I'm talking too fast, okay? So they had another one, okay? Before the court on the 7th, so on Thursday, the court has reviewed defendant's cause offer motion to suppress statements, and the government response. Defendant motion is denied as moot. The government has stated that it does not intend to use the statements in question at trial. So again, basically in summary, the judge felt the same way. Like I said, at that point, they don't need it. Like whatever Oford said, I mean, they probably got tons and tons of proof and other witnesses to do it without even going through the situation with presenting his statement. Now, it also says the government reserves its right to use the statements as impeachment evidence. And I went over that too for those who was not there, meaning if for some reason Oford takes the stand for whatever reason, I don't know why he would, but if he does, and he gets up there and try to lie, meaning lie as in it's different from what he originally said to the police, they will then present his statement to the court, and his co-defendants will hear it. The people in the court will hear it. It will be on record. It will be on transcripts, and YouTube will definitely know about it. Okay, so I just think it would be a headache, you know. But hey, that's that. Now, all right, next. All right, next is motion support a motion to suppress. Who is this by? Is this by what defendant is it? Robertson. So Kenneth Robertson, Kenny Mac. Okay. Yeah. Okay, it talks about it. Okay, so this is the one about the Chrysler 300. Detectives working the case put out an alert for the two vehicles. The next day, they learned that the Chrysler was parked. Okay. All right. Hold on. I'm skimming through because what? All right. So basically, listen. I'm gonna just give y'all a quick summary. Okay. For one, okay, allegedly, this car was used. Okay. So once the car got towed, now again, I don't know who did this murder, who was involved, but basically in the minds of the law and maybe in the minds of regular people that has a brain, why did you try to get a car back if it was part of a murder, right? So Kenneth Robertson is like, yo, it was no reason for them to get my car. It was no reason for them to tow it. It was no reason for them to check none. They shouldn't be using that against me because they had no reason to do it. And the government says definitely otherwise. However, they do go ahead and provide the vehicle tow report. Okay. And it says here, whole vehicle for investigation per Detective McKenna. Lot number 2, above vehicle identified in video as being used in commission of a homicide. For those who already have the Chicago investigation, we already have this because it was in that, but now it's on a federal case. So a lot of other people are going to have it. And that's another reason because, again, I've already got this too because it's in a Chicago investigation. This is the search warrant. They not only had it for the Chrysler, they also had it for the other car too. Yeah. So this is identical to what's in the Chicago paperwork. Yep. And it outlines what happened, why they're requesting this search warrant, and it says because of the videos and all that. Oh, the fusion. That's what it was, a fusion. So yeah, but again, this is all in there. You may even recall that it's in my video in regards to him, but nevertheless, it's available now on the case. All right. Yeah, search warrant again. Yeah, all of this is same thing. It's in the video. If not, it's available on my Patreon. All right. Let's get into, to me, the most interesting part of the paperwork. Because, I mean, I wasn't shocked that they wanted, to hide the jury. It makes sense. But, of course, I knew that because, my understanding of things. But, some people may be intrigued. But, again, y'all, just know when they say at large, they do not mean they're looking for somebody else. Okay, please, 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 y'all do not lose your minds over that. That is not what that means. But anyway, let's continue. All right, so if you recall, what to do, M Rose? I went over briefly in my own way, right? Because I don't go page by page, but I went over briefly that Turpin saying, "Hey, I have no connection to OBlock. I don't even know these guys. I never called these people, none of this. So why am I on here? Okay. On this Rico when I have nothing to do with it. I wasn't doing none of that. I didn't sell no drugs for them. I didn't get no money from them. All that. That's basically what it in Mickey True way of summarizing what that document said. Okay. And yeah, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to pull up on your girl. Make sure you go over to MickeyTrue.com and get some of that merch. All right. Now, we already know what they're saying that Turpin did. Okay. Now, I'm going to kind of go a little bit more slowly on this one. Because I think I'm doing good time. It's 3:40. Okay. Because I got to be off this live by 4:30 at the least, at the latest. Okay. So I can get dressed. So, okay. Now, the indictment in this case charges defendants Liggins, Robertson, Olford, Thomas, and Smart with murder and aid of racketeering activities in violation of Title 18. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Turpin represented he did not intend to file pretrial motions and that the parties were on track to proceed to trial. Defendant motion to sever was filed September 3rd. Now, for those who don't understand why they're saying that, is because if you don't know, Turpin was the last one to get picked up on this Rico case, and it was like a year and some change after the original defendants got picked up. When he got picked up, he got a lawyer. I can't tell you off the top of my head if he's a paid lawyer or a public defender. Nevertheless, the lawyer said, "Hey, we're not going to file no motions. We're just going to, we're going to get to the business and we'll see y'all at trial." So that's why the government is saying that, because they're like, yo, at one point you said you wasn't going to file no trial motions and all that. Now you're saying you want to sever from the case and all that. So that's what they're meaning by that. All right, it's a couple things I really want to get to. We kind of already went there. All right, so as part of theory of liability, all defendants are charged with aiding and abetting the murder of Carlton Weekly in violation of Title 18. Okay, if proven, this theory of liability will hold an individual just as guilty as a principal. For those who may not know, Zara said definitely public defender. Okay. For those who may not know, I'm going to give you an example. YNW Melly, YNW Bortley, charged with the same crimes. However, only one is being seeked with the death penalty because that's the principle according to the state. Okay. And although Bortland is charged with murder, also, they're basically charging him with going along with it. Okay. So, OG Swank, yes. Severance, that's what it means. We heard a lot of that in the YSL, Rico. A lot of people want to separate. So, yes, that's a great way to explain it. So, that's what I mean by aider and abetter, principal, and just somebody that's liable. Okay. Only really common case I can give y'all to give y'all an example of that. Okay. All right. So, the government must prove that the crime was committed and that the defendant knowingly participated in a criminal activity and tried to make it succeed. Now, how I'm gonna say this. To my people, right, that was stuck on the individual E part of the Santiago Prophet, we're about to get into some different terminology. Okay. Now, again, this is in the government. This is the government's paper that we're reading. So the government put out the Santiago Proffer, and the government also is putting out this paper. Okay, now so pay attention. Remember what everybody hung on in the Santiago Proffer for Dirt being individual E, and how everybody felt that was so important to this case. Pay attention. Okay. All right. Nope, we're not gonna go there. Here we go. Turpin's role. Without Turpin aiding and abetting behavior, Weekly's murder would not have happened on Oak Street on August 4th, 2020. As described below and elsewhere in the government's filing, Turpin was on Oak Street before, during, and after the shooting. It was Turpin reported Weekly's location, and Turpin remained on scene after the shooting to confirm Weekly had been shot. Okay. Several of the locations discussed in this filing are depicted in the section of the map below. Now, and it says here, y'all know the footnotes are very important in especially criminal paperwork, but everywhere, but especially criminal paperwork. By including facts in this section, the government is neither committing or introducing evidence of these facts at trial, nor agreeing to limit the scope of its evidence to the facts described hereon. For perspective, according to Google Maps, the distance between Milani and Dolce and Gabbana on the map is approximately 150 feet. Now, listen, they put that up there for many reasons, okay? I don't even got to go in detail why they putting that on this paper, okay? But anyway, there go the map. Now, again, like they outlined in the Santiago Proffer, okay? Approximately 3:59 p.m. on August 4th, 2020, Turpin entered Milani Boutique, a high-end clothing store located at 50 East Oak Street in Gold Coast area of Chicago. According to the video from East Oak Street, Carlton Weekly was already inside of Milani when Turpin entered, okay? So, that was 3:59. At 4:02, only minutes after Turpin entered the store where Weekly was shopping, video from the Parkway Gardens apartment complex on the south side of Chicago showed Smart running across the parking lot, up a stairwell, followed by Roberson. The defendants in Parkway Gardens, all charged defendants but Turpin, hurriedly piled into two vehicles destined for Weekly's location. So they are at this point, what they do, money bags, at this point they're saying, hey, it's mighty convenient that as soon as you go in the store, a couple minutes later, people at OBlock is getting into cars in a rush to get to where you are, okay? Now, back on Oak Street, starting at approximately 4:04, Weekly exited Milani Boutique, got into a vehicle, rolled down Oak Street, and then looped around to stop in front of Dolce & Gabbana. By approximately 4:06 p.m., defendants, and I'm not going to go through the name, were pulling out of the Parkway Gardens in a Chrysler 300 and Ford Fusion. Turpin exited Milani at approximately 4:07 p.m. and stayed in or near the same block of Oak Street during and for a short time after the murder. At approximately 4:10, Turpin entered a clothing store down and across the street from Milani Boutique, Montclair. While in Montclair, Turpin discussed what had occurred inside of Milani while speaking on the phone. Because Turpin was speaking in a wild and agitated state, a security guard inside of Montclair began to record Turpin at 4:13 p.m. So listen, y'all. Turpin kind of fucked himself up, right? Because why are you in the store recapping what happened? Because to me, if he would have never said that, he might have had a chance. But, okay, you recap the whole situation. And everybody getting into it. And allegedly, this is Turpin, right? And these are stills. And like, why are you looking out the window? Like, why are you looking out? Like, really? I mean, I'm just saying, if I was part of some shit like that, I'm not looking out the window. Like, that looks suspicious. I would have probably started recording too. That looks off. And you on speakerphone. That's crazy. Okay. Here we go. While on the phone, Turpin provided the person on the other end of the line with the address for Milani, the store where Turpin and Weekly had just been in minutes prior. Turpin also asked, what's the thing number? and went on to tell the person to whom Turpin was speaking to have D-Thing called Turpin. Multiple witnesses are expected to testify that D-Thing is a high-ranking Black Disciples member who at times material to the superseding indictment was part of a Black Disciple faction allied with OBlock Landrun. Don't that sound familiar? Do you recall in the Santiago proffer, they basically said individual E was a high-ranking Black Disciple member who at times material, like that's the same, my bad, y'all. That's the same sentence they had next to individual E. Okay, but again, remember what they said. Everybody, okay, that they want for this, the members and the associates, okay, they already have named. They have them in here, okay? So remember, individual E is not named, okay? But people still gonna run rampant with it. But again, he's not named. His brother is named, not him. But anyway, we're gonna keep going on. Now, another thing is this. If you catch the play, okay, and I say the play, they still do not uncover who is on the phone with D-Thing. Not D-Thing, oh, Turpin. They still don't say who he originally contacted that would have been able to provide members of OBlock the drop to come. They still don't say that so far, but they don't say it. Now they're going into more detail, right, about THL. So now they're saying witnesses will testify that Turpin is a Black Disciple and is associated with Trigger Happy Family, often referred to as THL. I can't talk today. Shit. What you saying? He was talking to us. Oh my God. THL 46, a gang set of Black disciples that was clicked up with OBlock. As a result of that association, Turpin knew that THL members and OBlock members wanted Weekly dead and would travel to Oak Street to kill Weekly. So I want to point out another thing. Y'all do understand the names that are mentioned so far, right? They have OBlock and they have THL. I haven't heard OTF yet, but I'm just saying, you got to pay attention to the names that are listed. People just run rampant because the names, the crews that are listed, OBlock and THL. Now, after Turpin's call, he left Montclair. As the other defendants drove in his direction, Turpin stood outside near the Escada store until the Ford Fusion and Chrysler 300 arrived, and some of their occupants got out and shot Weekly, Victim 1, Victim 2 in front of the Dolce & Gabbana store. Now, I do have just a question. Like, did he know what cars they was going to be in? Yeah. Because how they got it worded, like he seen the cars, like, okay, I know what's up, let me move. I don't know. But anyway, immediately after the shooting, Turpin briefly ran a few storefronts down Oak Street away from Dolce & Gabbana. Then turned back towards the location of the shooting. Turpin walked east down Oak Street past Escana and Lee Colonial until he was almost directly across the street from the scene of the shooting. He arrived before first responders and most police officers. When he arrived, Weekly and Victim 2 were lying on the ground bleeding from their respective gunshot wounds, and Victim 1, who had also been shot, was frantic. Let me see. Man, this is one dumb move about to get a lot of folks in trouble. That's why I hang by myself, okay? Because this is crazy. They got it detailed down. As shown in still images, okay, from Oak Street video below, Turpin in the white shirt and jeans looked directly across the street, stepping up on his toes as if to get a better view of something. Turpin looked in Weekly's direction while talking on the phone, raised up on his toes to get a better view, and turned to walk down Oak Street towards his car. I mean, like, ouch. Let me say. I'm not about to sit there. Like, I don't get it. I mean, part of me be like, well, maybe, he can't be that crazy to be doing this shit if he was a part of it. You know what I'm saying? But maybe he is. But I wouldn't have been nowhere near that shit. I mean, I would have did like normal people would have did. when they heard what it do, when they heard the gunshots, my ass would have been gone like regular people. I would not been sitting there coming back to look at. I would have hauled ass for one. Okay, again, and this is gonna be one of the rare times where I'm gonna mention it. Everybody want to be a street person online, but I don't know no street people that's about to sit there, hear gunshots, stay. If they ain't had something to do, if they ain't tapped in with it in some way. Because for one, who's shooting? I'm not about to say who is shooting. Okay? Like, come on. Like, that's crazy. Well, technically now we got okay, y'all know I'm just gonna have to play devil's advocate though. They never had dirt name in the paperwork. They said the brother of D thing for sure, but they never had dirt name in the paperwork. Just to be honest. I'm just saying. They don't have his name in there. Why? I don't know, but you know, they did have his name in there. But okay. Argument. Defendant argues his trial should be severed from his co-defendants based on Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure, Rule 8, claiming there is no common act or transaction between Turpin and his co-defendants, okay? And under Rule 14, alleging a joint trial will be unfairly prejudicial. Y'all know them words be slaughtering me sometimes. But anyway, now, they're like, hey, at the end of the day, forget what he's saying. He ain't nothing violated. He needs to stand trial with his co-defendants, okay? And they break it down to like what each rule means. I'm not going to bore y'all with all that. We're just going to get to the meat and potatoes. It says defendant motion correctly notes that Turpin is not an OBlock member. That the let me run that back real quick. Defendant motion correctly notes that Turpin is not a OBlock, the in charge enterprise. However, defendant motion incorrectly suggests the evidence that the other defendants are members or affiliates of the enterprise is irrelevant to the case against Turpin or would be admissible in a case against Turpin. As to Turpin charges, the government must prove beyond a reasonable doubt, and let's stop right here for the footnote, okay? It says defendant motion at page 8 suggests that alleged days and weeks of evidence prior murders, OBlock would be in the trial. They said, so the government saying it's inaccurate. They don't know what evidence they're going to present at trial, and that any evidence due to the enterprise activities will still be relevant to the case against Turpin. And they said that defendant's motion does not otherwise appear to specify what evidence he believes will be admitted at the forthcoming trial that will be inadmissible against him. So basically they say, hey, you should have did your homework a little better, Mr. Turpin lawyer, and you should have said which part of the evidence is not privy to your client. But here we go. Doubt the crimes. Turpin aided and abetted, murder and arrested. Okay, so in other words, in trial solely against Turpin, the government would offer evidence that 2 or more persons agreed to murder weekly and aid of racketeering for the purpose of maintaining or increasing status in the OBlock, the charged enterprise, as charged in count 1. Okay. Defendant motion offers no reason that this court should take this unusual step of severing a trial of a aider and abettor of certain crimes from the trial of the principal offenders. To sever Turpin's trial will be so unnecessarily put the court staff, witnesses, experts, and victims' family members, among others, through nearly identical 5-week trials twice. This is the opposite of judicial economy and should be rejected. Shoot, let me tell you. Look, Chase may say, so I guess you had to put in some work to get an OBlock or THF train. Well, they did say, the corroborator said certain people you had to be a, what they said, a killer or somebody to be a certain level. That's what the corroborator said in paperwork. But you know, this is gonna be a 5-week trial. I didn't realize they was trying to go for 5 weeks, so I'm gonna tell y'all now, I'm not going to no 5-week trial, okay? I will definitely report on it, but I am not going to no 5-week trial. Y'all know I got a day job. Ain't that much PTO in the world. Now, let's keep going. What is? And they said basically, defendants who are indicted together, they are tried together. Okay, and normally some unusual circumstances, but they don't feel like this circumstance is unusual to like be granted. Boom, boom, boom. Mm. Okay, that's a see. They be mixing in case law and stuff, and I be having like, cause people will run with it, but a lot of this is case law just to prove the point, giving examples of why it doesn't match up and should be denied. So that's what's going on. Like that's a whole nother case. And like they say, it'll be 2 identical trials. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so let me read this part. So, hypothetical standalone trial for Turpin, the government would have to present the same evidence produced in a trial against the other 5 co-defendants, evidence that shows the murder and conspiracy to kill weekly in aid of racketeering activities, which Turpin is charged with aiding and abetting occurred. The government will call witnesses to discuss the OBlock enterprise and the other defendants' motives for killing weekly. Further, the government would introduce evidence that OBlock and THF were clicked up and consequently share ops, such that Turpin was both aware of the conflict between OBlock and STL, and Weekly in particular, right? And that he was allied with one side over the other in that conflict, okay? Similarly, were the 5 defendants other than Turpin tried separately from Turpin, their trial would not be substantially shorter. The government would still introduce evidence that Turpin provided Weekly's location and stayed on Oak Street to confirm in order to provide an explanation for how those defendants knew Weekly was on Oak Street and why they so hurriedly got into their vehicles and traveled from Parkway Gardens to Oak Street at the particular time they did. Conclusion, severing trials will only serve to unnecessarily double the time and resources demanded by the court and court staff, blah, 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 blah. Now, I saw a couple of y'all comments. So, now I would say the paperwork is rewritten, okay? Now, I feel like, in my opinion, and let me just pull it up real quick, because sometimes y'all be like, y'all be reaching a little bit. And if I don't show what I'm talking about, y'all say I'm like part of mob ties or some shit. So hold on. Let me go find it. I did good on time. It's only 4. And we got through the paperwork. All right, this is it. Yeah, this is it. Nelson, how his name? Listen. Y'all do know Dirk's name was never named. Like, his name was never in the paperwork. I guess I be thinking too logically about what y'all be saying because, like, his name was never in there. Like, this is a document right here. It's nothing that pops up for Dirk. And y'all do know Dirk is his real name. Banks. Okay, boom. Banks appears twice. Dante Banks Jr. So, again, it's not, the name is not, girl, let me tell you, Cesaria. They tried it before they said, because again, this ain't my first rodeo with the conspiracies. Y'all know my very first one was with the Prince family with the takeoff case. And when I used to go conspiracy hunting with these viewers and bloggers, and then if I came out with something else, yeah, they used to say, oh man, let me tell you. They said I was a plant for mob ties, all that. I work for mob ties. And that's why I said, when now with the dirt thing, it was funny when people start saying, oh, you a plant from OTL. I said, God dang, how I go from a plant from Houston, now I'm a plant for Chicago. I ain't never been on them. Anyway, yeah, that's how they do, man. And ain't no telling who's going to be next. All right, hold on. Let me get to the part. Why did I just, that was dumb. Okay. My bad, y'all. Okay. So this is the part that y'all are referring to, saying that Dirt was named. Okay, like I said, Dirt wasn't named, but it's okay. You know, whatever. Tomatoes, I guess. So on here it says Turpin asked someone that he was speaking to on the phone, "What's D thing number?" and went to tell the person to whom Turpin was speaking to have D thing called Turpin. Okay. Where was that? D thing. I had looked up at the comment. Hold on, let me see. What is MTM? Oh, I'm gonna say what is MTM? True of a lie, you petty. The document was passed around, belonged to another YouTuber. She made her own edits. Everyone took her paperwork and used it from Reddit to YouTube. So that's how Dirt. Oh, okay. Because I really was like, why are they? So okay. So let me clarify. This is the original document, right? And you can go access this document. Dirt Banks was not named in the paperwork at all. Okay. You said individual E, right? Because it wasn't the same document. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing. Am I confused or are y'all confused? Because it said individual E isn't in the one you showed earlier. Right. So you do understand. Okay. Now let me just explain it because I don't. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. I didn't know people was like. I didn't know they had paperwork out like that was doing that. I was not aware of that. So hold on. So maybe that is why everybody's like kind of confused. All right, so in a nutshell, I mean, I don't really like this definition, but if you know what a proffer is, right? So if a defendant did a proffer, right, it's when you are providing truthful information, okay? So proffer means truthful, okay? So when the government does the Santiago proffer, they are entering or providing truthful information, okay? That's what it means. It means it's truthful information, okay? Now, I'm going to read it and then I'm going to do my interpretation of it again. Everybody to each his own how you go with it. But again, I'm just going to do it like I would be doing it if I was hired by somebody to interpret the paperwork to them. Okay. So Turpin asked someone that he was speaking to on the phone, "What's D thing number?" and went on to tell the person to whom Turpin was speaking to have D thing called Turpin. Multiple witnesses are expected to testify that D thing is Dante Banks Jr., the older brother of individual E. Multiple witnesses will testify that individual E is a high-ranking Black disciple and at times material to the superseding indictment was and is part of the Black disciple faction allied with OBlock Lamrod. Then it says Dante Banks Jr., aka D Thing, was murdered on or about June 6, 2021. So I'm gonna go two sides with this. The first side, right? Let's just point out individual E. They're saying, hey, he's the older brother of individual E. That is a truthful statement, right? Now, also, they don't say, right, that individual E is named as part of being part of OBlock or anything like that. They're just saying this person named D Thing, right, is trying to, hold on, who about to get blocked? You're trying to make Mickey pick sides. Oh, okay. I'm glad I looked at that money bill. I thought we was good. But yeah, so I'm glad I put your thing on the screen. I thought that said something. Why does it say face purple crying? What is that? Are you using emojis? Is that why it's appearing like that? I know I got sidetracked, y'all. It threw me off because it looked like you were saying something else. But it's telling me, I guess, the emoji that you're using. Okay, my bad. Okay, so boom. So it says that, right? Now, listen, we're talking about Keenel. I'm gonna need for you to let me finish, and then, or let me finish, okay? No, they don't. Individual E is only named here. So let me tell y'all this, okay? So this is where I was going with it. So boom. They're saying a proffer again is a truthful statement. So yes, they're saying, hey, he's the older brother of individual E. Do y'all really think that all these witnesses or informants they have, that Dirt name never came up ever? You know what I'm saying? So like when I saw it, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, because like, come on. If you mention OBlock in some way, some form, Dirt name is gonna come up. If you mention King Von, Dirt name is gonna come up. Hell, if you mention D-Thing being his brother, Dirt name is gonna come up. Okay. So that's how I took it, is that all the information they have, just like they did, and I'm gonna tell the other side that it could be too in a minute. All right, so throughout this whole document, right, and this is the proffer, okay, they name other people as individuals too, okay, but I need y'all to pay attention here to my interpretation of what I'm reading, why I'm not as, I guess, over the hills with the Dirt scenario, because look here, 600 member D Rose, known to law enforcement as individual D. OBlock member T Roy, known to law enforcement as JT Johnson. Okay. Individual A, which is Boss Top, but hold on, let me go back to the top because they mentioned him. Okay, see? Boss Top, known to law enforcement as individual A. Duke, known to law enforcement as individual B. BJ, known to law enforcement as individual C. Right. So that definition is for the offended, right? But proffer itself, not proffer agreement, proffer itself means truthful statement. So yeah, but that is what a proffer agreement is for a defendant. We went over that in a Rollo case, but proffer, just the word proffer, okay? Word proffer means truthful, okay? So now boom, so it says known to law enforcement as that person. D Rose, no law enforcement. Next one. Now, if you look at the last sentence on number 9, on page 9, okay? Hold on, Keynell. I hope you never get on jury duty because you can't focus at all. I get you. I got you. I'm gonna get there. But I have to show how I got there. To just for those who like to see, okay? Now, the last sentence, the government expects that Corroborator 2 and others will identify the names of individuals disrespected in the song. So they're even talking about people that's going to be in the song that's, deceased. Keynell, don't do this. Because I'm fine. I'm not like that. See, that irritates me when people tell me to relax or calm down. Like, I'm literally just telling you to hold on. Like, come on, please, not me. I'm like, literally, look, I'm pushing time already trying to get this done. Okay, I'm going to stop looking at the comments for a minute. Just finish the point, okay? Now, again, individual, right, can be referred to as multiple people that may be brought up throughout the situation. Okay, that's how I took individual when it was named. So again, right, if an individual is named or not named but referred to as an individual, only means they name came up throughout the investigation. And if you say you're shocked that individual like Dirt will be mentioned, that's crazy, right? Now, as far as, and let me go back to that to clarify that. Again, I'm not about to sit here and say I know anything or none of that, okay? I don't listen, Keynell, I don't need you to show me. I'm literally, this is a document. This is the only document with individual E, but my IG is Mickey Truth 2022. This is the only document that says individual E. Dirk is not listed on another federal document on this case. That's so if you, I don't know what you about to show me, but it might be some fake work, to be honest, because his name, Dirk Banks, is not listed on the federal case, only individual E. And again, it says right there, individual E, multiple witnesses will testify that individual E is a high-ranking, okay, black disciple. It says it, right? Now, when we got into the other document, okay, and let me go back to that one. All right, so I'm gonna share this. When we get into this document, right, they mention D thing, and they say D thing is a high-ranking black disciple. Listen, it's saying, okay, oh my God, I'm gonna ignore him right now. It's basically saying in this document, which is a response to Turpin saying he has no connection or nothing to OBlock and should be tried by himself, right? They are saying, hey, everybody listed on this case, right, has some type of affiliation to OBlock, as a member or associate, right? So him calling D Thing, who they are saying is a high-ranking black disciple member, who at times material to the superseding indictment. So all they're saying now in this document is D Thing is a high-ranking black disciple member. It did not say, well, now we're saying individual E is not a high-ranking black disciple member. It's just saying, in particular, due to what they're explaining, that D Thing in this document is referred to as a high-ranking black disciple member. I mean, it's simple, really, right? It was no need for individual E, aka allegedly from what we're saying, because they say D Thing is the older brother, Lil Durk. Is no reason for Little Durk to be mentioned in this document, right? Because they're only talking about, like it started off, right? August 4th, 2020. Is no reason to mention it. However, in the Santiago proffer, it would make sense to mention him or allude to him, because they're saying all the information and statements that they have provided, witnesses will be willingly and ready to testify to these different things. So, I mean, that's the best way I can explain it to you. It's not that no information was taken out. Like I said, Dirk Banks is not listed. And if anybody has it, let me see that. Because, like, why would somebody put something like that's crazy? Anyway. I heard that Duck had been found out that it was money on his head. So he said, fuck it, and dropped that song just because he knew. I don't know nothing about that part. So I hope for those, like I said, everybody is not going to interpret it. I have understood, right, that some people just like the fluff of it. So hey, to each his own. But if you just want to know, basically, right? If y'all don't think they will name Big Eyes in this, listen, they're not gonna name, like, they're definitely gonna mention him again. They're definitely gonna mention him. But as that, hold on, bring it back up. But as the document said, right, is that the people that are named, the people that are charged are those involved with the murder of FBG Duck. That's what they say. Okay. That's what the government who is prosecuting the case said, right? And I think a lot of people be forgetting that although you may want to push whatever it is that you're pushing, the government ultimately is the ones who brought on this case. And if they're saying this is who we need, who we have evidence to show has been involved, you know what I'm saying, in this case, this is them. Anybody else may be part of, okay, the conspiracy as the whole, like, enterprise, but not on the murder of FBG Duck. And I'm actually trying to find that paper again because I had to exit out of all of them. And again, a lot of times, and I'll say this, I personally break down paperwork in my way. Okay, my way may not be easy to understand. I advise anybody that has doubt in certain things to get the paperwork, read it for yourself, and then kind of come to a conclusion. Because okay. Look, I be having, because I used to be like, yo, are you not paying attention? But then I had to realize everybody, don't know. For one, and this is a prime reason why I don't watch YouTube videos when I'm working on the case. And I actually got into it with somebody on my IG live for trying to play me because I said I didn't want to watch no damn video. They asked me, matter of fact, they asked me to cover Rondo number 9 case because of Tay 600. And I said, okay, well, I'm gonna look into it or whatever. And then they're like, oh, we can get what they said. I can tell you I don't need you to tell me. That's not how I do it. Boom, yep, a copy of the paperwork and the law dictionary. Hey, go to your local law library. I be in there all the time. I go for business and I go just to, keep my skills sharpened. Shout out to Prince. He hasn't been over here in a minute, but me and Prince debate all the time on law stuff on Clubhouse, and I go to the law library to keep up to date with that. So again, utilize your resources, people. Don't look. I appreciate everybody that be rocking out with me to get what they need to get. However, if you're in doubt, please, 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 please go take a look for yourself. Okay. I used to say it a lot. I had kind of stemmed away from saying it. But I used to say, hey, don't take my word for it. Go check it out. If you find something, then let's have I call it a debate. I don't argue, but a debate. But you got to have something to bring back to it. So again, and then when it comes to paperwork, again, I used to sit here and go through every word. But y'all be like, yo, Mickey, hey, we get what you're saying, but we don't care about all that. So now I kind of just go skim through it. As far as like, what am I missing? What paper was that? As far as, now I just, hit on certain things. A lot of people don't like legal jargon. So yeah, I've never done the Black Laws Dictionary book. All right, Truth Over Lies. It's been real. Okay. Do your homework. All right, so I'm about to see if I can try to find that part. If not, it's on this live. Y'all can, circle back. Like I said, I might not be able to do it before I leave up out of here because I got 10 minutes and I got to get up off of here. So I may have to wait until tonight when I get home and settled, and I'll have the documents on Patreon. But always, hey, you can definitely go purchase it yourself on Pacer or whatever. But I will start having everything on my Patreon. Okay. And again, unlike what people may think, I definitely invest in my documents. So you do have, it's a subscription fee to my Patreon. Be transparent about it. However, every document that I get for cases I do content on, because y'all know I don't show all my documents in my videos, the full documents will be on my Patreon. So hey, you can still, check it out. Or again, go get it yourself. It doesn't matter, whichever one helps you. All right, so hold on. Was it this document the whole time? Hold on. Dang. I really wanted to show that real quick again. So hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can. Okay, it's not this document. Dang it, I shouldn't have closed out everything. Okay, it's not that one. This one. Nope, not that one. Okay. It was this document. I can't remember. I think it was King Nail. So as this one, there's like I said, this is document 258. This is page 8, right? It says here, all right, OBlock criminal enterprise has the capacity to interfere in the judicial process. OBlock is a violent criminal organization, and not every member of OBlock has been charged in this case. Only the members and associates involved in the shooting on East Oak Street on August 4th, 2020, have been charged. Other members of OBlock remain at large, meaning they're still out. They're not in federal custody or whatever, okay? So basically, this case, to all my people that's ready for, dirt to catch a case, this ain't the case he's going to catch, okay? Because this is pertaining strictly to the murder of FBG Duck. That's the best way I can sum it down for you. This case, although it's a Rico case, an OBlock Rico case, this is strictly for the murder of FBG Duck in relation to the organization called OBlock. Okay. Now, I was the one who also said, if for any reason, okay, something comes down the pipeline for dirt, it will be OTF related, not OBlock related. Okay. And I say that because, again, he would have been named in this if he had something to do with, guess what? The murder of FBG Duck. That's just my opinion. Hey, to each his own, That's where I'm going to have to leave it at, y'all. I hope I was able to break it down as best as I can for y'all. Like I said tonight, but give me until tomorrow. The documents will be on Patreon, okay? Anybody can join as a member and get it. Just give me till tomorrow because I don't know how late this event. If you are in the Columbia, South Carolina and surrounding area, okay? Matter of fact, let me pull up. Y'all make sure y'all pull up on me, okay? It's raining, but we gonna still, as long as we got power, okay? Appreciate it, Zaria. As long as we got power, we gonna be up. Hold on, dang. I should have already had it ready since I was gonna promote it. My bad. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna leave it on this end.
Experience, industry pimp, artist showcase, and network event. Calling all artists, labels, producers, DJs, studios. We got an opportunity for one artist to open up for T-Rail alongside a platinum prize package. I just want to pour another drink with my dog. Free media and podcast interviews to all artists. Special industry guests will be in attendance. Talk to them.
Hey man, it's your boy Big Rankin Man. September 9th, I will be in Columbia, South Carolina. In this major experience.
It's your boy, the real Big Rock, senior A&R for YSL Loaded, and I'll be in Columbia, South Carolina for the biggest music event to rock the Gamecock Stadium.
Doors open at 6. General admission $20. That's 1509 Fontaine Road, Columbia. To sign up or more info, call 803-7